Good evening, folks. This is Deb Delapiana. And this is just a short video. You know, I posted already on social media that my next video will post tomorrow morning. And that's true, it will. My video talking about the shit talk and violence of the Republicans. But in the meantime, as is always the case, I come home and I look at the night's news and something crossed my desk and I just cannot shut the fuck up. So it seems our little friends on the other side of the aisle, the Republicans, they seem to be having a little bit of buyer's remorse about the overturning of Roe v. Wade. So what are they doing? Well, what they're kind of doing is trying to soften their position as they run in the midterms, you know? We'll talk about one guy who's probably the most reprehensible candidate that you can find, Blake Masters, a man who is supported financially by Peter Thiel, who's also a reprehensible asshole, a billionaire who believes that democracy and freedom can't coexist together. He funds not only Blake Masters, but J.D. Vance, who said that a woman's right to choose should be thrown on the trash heap of history. But now they're all softening their position, and Blake Masters has actually scrubbed his website because he doesn't want anyone to know how virulently anti-choice he is. And that's the case for several of the candidates, apparently. A Michigan local representative has scrubbed his page. That's the new thing. And we're not talking about the nationwide abortion ban, even though we know they're going to do it if they take back the House and the Senate. Listen to me, folks. Don't fall for any of this softening of the rhetoric by the GOP. They stacked the Supreme Court with the full intent of seeing Roe v. Wade overturned. Donald Trump, in a speech in 2016, asserted publicly that he was going to appoint justices who would overturn Roe v. Wade. And everybody in the GOP backed him on that. And everybody in the GOP aided and abetted him in shoving Amy Coney Barrett, the least qualified of all of the justices, by the way, shoving her in at the end of his term, which, by the way, you will remember the GOP blocked Merrick Garland when Barack Obama had 10 months left in his term. They confirmed Amy Coney Barrett with just weeks left for Trump. And now they have buyer's remorse. Because why? Because there's political backlash. Well, ladies, let me just tell you something. This is not the time to be congenial. And this is not the time to believe anything that these people are telling you. Blake Masters will scrub his website until he wins. And then when he wins, he will be part of passing a full-on nationwide abortion ban, as will Mike Pence, as will everybody else in the GOP. They are only having buyer's remorse while they're losing. So if you're falling for this, I beg you, wake up. Do not. There are plenty of reasons not to elect any Republicans beyond Roe v. Wade. But for women, this should be the litmus test for everybody, okay? It should be the litmus test for everybody. Do not fall for the shit that the GOP is handing you now. This is nothing more than political posturing so that they maybe can salvage victories in some places. It's time to deliver the knockout punch, ladies. The Republicans have been working towards overturning Roe since it passed in 73. When Roe was, deemed legal by the Supreme Court, within 3 years of that, they passed the Hyde Amendment, which prevented the use of government money to get an abortion. They've been chipping away at this, and they delivered the knockout punch, just as I said they would. When everybody said, oh, it's just a distraction, they're never going to do it. Well, surprise, they fucking did it. And, they may well be sorry that they did, but you know what? Too fucking late, because guess what? Guess what? The only people who can overturn a Supreme Court ruling is a Supreme Court. And the only thing that will save Roe v. Wade for the people in the United States is to codify it legislatively. And if you think that any of these stiffs who are now softening their stance so they can get elected are going to cross the aisle to vote with the Democrats to make abortion legal nationwide, you're smoking something that I seriously need, because that is never going to happen. They are shafting you. They are screwing you over, and they are trying to propagandize you with this bullshit. This is a political ploy. Do not believe Blake Masters. Do not believe any of these people. They want you to believe that the goddamn Democrats and the people on the left are aborting babies during delivery. That is a fucking outright lie, okay? We have Blake Masters now saying he only opposes partial birth abortion. That's a lie. He is as anti-choice as you can get. He has been all along until it started affecting him. You know what? Let it keep affecting him. Keep these cretins out, because there's no way to save this now. This is a done fucking deal. They did this to assuage the people who put them in office, and that is the Christian right and the Catholic bishops. Get it right, okay? Do not fall for this bullshit. It is time for the women of this country to band together and vote these bastards out, and to keep the ones out who haven't gotten in yet, because they are not your friends. I will talk to you later.